Hi, everyone, and thanks for having me here, Laura.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to be here to share my story because I have two stories to share. It's about my personal story as well as my dad. So, like Laura said, I'm Sunday Zin, and I've been with Lifeway for almost a year now. But before this journey, I've been in the regenerative medicine and holistic health for 14 years. So my story started about 4 years ago, about end of 2019, when I got diagnosed with toxic mold poisoning. And that nearly took my life. And that's how that catapulted me into going into the regenerative medicine. So I've done everything from frequency medicine, such as Rife machines or hyperbaric therapy, PEMF, ozones. I was steam sauna and cleansing, parasitical cleansing, all sorts of diet changes, as well as swallowing all kinds of pills. And I've done it all, and they all were working to save my life because before the whole patches, my skin it turned like elephant skin. I think some of you who've experienced this will know what that means. It turned hard, my color discolored, like turned dark because I had toxic overload, like heavy metal overload. And then I had over 20 different types of bacteria and disease. There were just too much going on with toxic mold. And if anybody is familiar with mold, it can kill you. It can even cause cancer, and it goes into your body and disrupt your immune system. So that was what my journey was. And so as I was spending so much time, as I was talking to Laura earlier, and Leah earlier about how I would have to spend about 6 to 7 hours a day under these frequency machines just to kill all the infections that I was having. And that would take me about 3 days out of a week to do that. So I would have to just lay there and do my work there. Now that the patches are in my life, I still maintain some of the modalities, but I don't have to be like that anymore. I'm living my life now. So as I was going through this journey, my friend Lillian Walker, maybe most of you will know her, the powerhouse. She is a friend of mine, and I met her for a long time ago. And she told me to come on the Zoom call. And she says, Sandy, come on Zoom call here. Dr. Stacy speak about the stem cell technology. So I went on and I heard Dr. Stacy spoke, and I was like, okay, these are for me. I'm excited to have them. So I ordered these. The silver pack, which is the X39, X49, carnosine, and Eon. And I got them. But the day I got them, my dad collapsed and went into the ER. And I didn't know what was going on. So I took the boxes the day I got the package, and I went to the hospital, and I found out that he has lymphoma cancer. And he was having bloody stool. So he was bleeding. He was very weak. And my dad's like 6'2". He's very tall. And to see him very weak and just laying in the hospital bed was it was kind of sad to witness that. So I told my dad, no worries. I know it says lymphoma. They're trying to transfer you, but let's patch these patches on. I heard great things about it. So that night I patched my dad with those 4 patches that I mentioned. And I just told him to drink water. And I went away. And the next day he texted me and said 50% of his bleeding stopped. And then the second time he used the patches, the 100% of his bleeding stopped. So that was a miracle. And then that was the same day that I started patching as well, which I know that you're going to show the photos of my legs. I'm going to jump a little bit, but going back to my condition with my skin and parasites and all the other stuff happening, you'll see it in the screen that Leah's going to show.
I'm going to go ahead, Sunday, while you're talking.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and share these pictures that you shared with us so you can explain it. And I don't know that. Look, there we go.
So August 25th was the day that I also went to the hospital to patch my dad. And that's how my legs look. They looked before the patches. And then it took about 4 months of patching, of extreme itching and irritation. And I understand now why that is, because the body's healing and the parasites or, everything was dying. As they were dying, the itching or the healing crisis, I would say, that's what I was experiencing for 4 months. For 3.5 months, it started to get flat. I still have scars, and that was July 2023 I took. So I still have a few spots left, but it's nothing compared to what I had before. And I wanted to explain that I was dry shaving it with a razor every day. So I know people will think that's insane, but the itching was too intense to a point. It was itching from a cellular level, and it really messed with your mind. And again, I had over 25 symptoms, including Lyme, multiple chemical sensitivity, arthritis, brain fog, microtoxins are everywhere in my brain, as well as, the mold. So that's what I was dealing with. And there are other pictures that we're not showing, but that was all over my body as well.
We can do that. That's your father, so we don't want to show his quite yet. I think, Sunday, that's all the pictures.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I don't think Marcy sent you my body pictures, and that's okay. I would just explain that it was, you can imagine the neck from everything was just wrinkled up. Like I said, it was elephant skin, and I just didn't have any energy, let alone being functioning. And I was walking around like snowflakes, like the skin was just shedding. It was gross. Anyway, so I thought I'd share that. And it's important for people to know that I have tried everything kind of under the sun, and spent a lot of money in health. And I have met.
So let me interrupt you.
Yes, please.
Rude. Some people are probably wondering, the picture that they just saw, how long had you been patching when you started seeing and noticing result? Like, when did it all start coming together for you?
Okay, so since the August 25th, the day I passed, like I was in pain that day. My pain went away. My energy came back. I had a clear mind. But it took 4 months for the scars and that bump, the oozing out, the pus to go flatten and stop that for 4 months. It took 4 months.
Wow.
And then I started August, so 25th would be the year. It'll be a year coming up. Then that's how my legs look in July. So, and my whole skin is glowing. Like my arthritis with my finger, I know this is like a little bent, but it was like this, and now is that. So everything else is changing in my, inside my body. I'm so grateful for this. I mean, for David, for God, for Lillian, for all of you. So that's when I started sharing this product with everybody. It's just such a natural thing.
Well, I put you on, I should have done it before, so my apologies to everybody, but I have you on speaker view right now because I wanted them to see, and when people come back to view this, how incredible your skin looks. I mean, for you to go from what you say elephant skin to what we saw on your legs, which I'm assuming you probably had a lot of that everywhere, right? Yep. If I'm hearing you correctly, and then to look at you now, your eyes are bright. You're just, the whites of your eyes are just sparkling. Your energy, your smile, your hair. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. Leah, do you, I mean, we could go on and on. Leah, do you have any questions for Sunday?
I'm sitting here, I received the pictures. I had absolutely no idea what that woman has suffered through. That is, I'm so excited for you, Cindy. Wow.
Thank you, Leah. Yeah, and the hair, speaking of hair, finally growing back, because it was like patches of, bald spots in here. So it's finally growing back. So I would just tell people to be patient. And there's still parts of me that are still healing right now. And I'm just excited to see what will be 2 years from now, right? Mm. So, and I had like deeper wrinkles, and just it looks different. The skin just glows with stem cells. So
tell everybody how old you are.
I had to think. I'm 39, and I'm about to be 40 next year.
Oh my gosh! And I have to say, you have a beautiful son.
Thank you.
You're a single mother.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And that's a lot. And
that is a lot.
And then you're dealing with all the things, and you're trying to work.
Yeah.
I mean, being on a Rife machine for that many hours out of the day, for that many weeks out of the day, to have something like this wearable light technology come in your life is, I just got chills when I said that. I mean, it's divine. It is divine. Divine appointment. Absolutely.
Can I share something, since we're talking about divine? I had a dream. This is personal, but I'm going to share. I think maybe someone needs to hear that.
Share it.
Yeah. So I would do everything, meditation, right? I came out of a very toxic, abusive marriage. so you know that there's emotional attached to that. And I wanted people to know, if you're a mom that goes crazy in the evening, I was that mom, because it was too much for me. And thanks for pointing that out. That made me comfortable to share this. So I was I was going through a lot, emotionally, physically. And then whenever my son comes back to me, I will muster up my strength and, take him everywhere. But it was too much for me. But these patches, now I'm such a happy mom. Like, I'm gonna get emotional. I'm stable, I have energy, but it's not, it's a very grounded, focused energy. So that night before the patches came into my life, I prayed and I said, I know this will heal me, God, but when and how? And that night I had a vivid dream that my legs were white again. And I woke up and I said, something's going to happen. And a few days later, Lillian texted me and said, come on Zoom with Dr. Stacy. So and the fact that the box came and the day that my dad got hospitalized, come on, that was just like, that's synchronicity right there. So, and there's a picture of me patching my dad. It's kind of floating around in the Telegram group. But that's the day that I've, as an honor to be able to be the vessel to save his life through this. And I even thanked David Schmidt about that when I saw him in the set. Yeah, because it was amazing.
Well, so speaking of your dad,
yeah,
let's talk about your dad. So you patched him before you even patched yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what family does, right? You just, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Tell us about his journey. Leah's got some fabulous pictures. So when you think the timing is right for her to show these, and just lay it out for us.
Okay. So my dad, like I said, he was hospitalized. I went there, took the box, and I just patched him. Second time patching, he texted me and said the bleeding stopped. He was still in the same emergency hospital. They still haven't transferred him yet, right? So I was like, whatever. So they kept him there. And so he started patching for 5 weeks. And the 5 weeks of patching, now we can show the picture. The before picture that look all black, the colon, the lymphoma. He has, the lymphoma is 1.5 inches big in his stomach, as well as
Which one of these is it?
It's
that one, the one where you have the arrow on.
The next one up.
That one?
No, the one she had, the middle one.
The middle one.
That one. Wait. Yes, that one. Yes,
okay.
Please.
Oh, here it comes.
It's gonna come on.
That's not what we want.
Oh no.
I don't know what happened on that.
It's coming. Okay.
Let me stop sharing here.
Oh, here. Wait a minute. I think I've got it, Leah. Hold on just a sec. Everybody be patient.
I don't know what.
Screen sharing can be a little scary thing at times. Here we go. I'm going to make
yes. So that's 1.5 inches in his stomach area. And also there's some bumps all around it. I don't know the medical terms. I'm just speaking in a layman's term. So there's like pimple bumps all around it. So they cannot, cut him off. They only recommend chemo. So for 5 weeks he patched, and then we can show the next picture.
Okay, let me come out of here. And we'll go to the next picture. Leah, are you proud of me?
Girl, you are doing such a great job.
She's like, it's all you.
Oh, that's not it. Hold on. Leah's gonna share the big one. She's got the big photo.
Well, I was trying to convert it into something weird.
All right here is where we want to be. No, why does that keep coming up like that? Leah,
that's okay.
This picture?
For some reason.
It's not coming up and staying for some reason. That's a
well,
shame.
We'll show them when it comes up while you're figuring it out.
Yes, go ahead. Keep talking.
So 5 weeks of patching. He was on the 5 different patches. Should I tell them what they are?
Yes, because people are asking about you and your father.
Okay, so it's X39, X49, glutathione, Eon, and carnosine. That's the 5 weeks of patching. We wear more than that now, but back then it was 5. And with that 5 weeks patching, we did the PET scan, the second PET scan, and it cleared up everything in his belly and his intestinal line, except that they said there were a few traces left in his bone marrow. So they recommend, of course, chemo. So my dad, with his free will, decided that he will go ahead and do that. So I said, okay, this is your choice, you know. So he went in a second part of his healing journey. He did the chemo just to cleanse everything out and be in remission, I guess. But that time, the most amazing thing is that he was patching. So he walked around and lived his life and do his daily task as if he was not a cancer patient at
There
all.
it is. Good job.
So that's after 5 weeks. Yeah. So the before and after, I mean, you know, we can go back, but if it's not too inconvenient, but before was black. If you remember it, everything was
very
dark.
black.
Yeah. And that's after 5 weeks. And then the second part, he did chemo. And then there's a picture of him, his whole body scan picture, I think, that you have. It's that it's all cleared and that's all clear. Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
And then now has done some testing and he said everything still look good, but he's going to do his like 4th PET scan soon. So I'll update, but I'm sure he's okay because he's been patching for almost a year now and he's on like 7 different patches. So
That's incredible. Leah, by chance, can you get that full body scan to come up? Because that's pretty incredible because the lack of black in there.
Mhm.
That scan is
Yes, I
pretty. If
can.
you can't, we
I
understand.
can. Yeah.
Yes, Jenny, thank God for David Schmidt. We pray for him
Yeah.
every day.
How can you not?
I do. My son and I pray for him every night. It's the cutest
Oh,
thing.
this is unbelievable.
So that picture, those black ones are kidneys, just so people know that it's not.
Right,
This
right.
is, yeah, but it shows his stomach area. If you look at all that, it's all clear.
Clear.
Mhm.
Now, the timeline from your father entering the hospital to becoming and seeing this clarity of these scans and pictures, what was the timeline of that, Sunday?
This is December. So
December
August,
of what?
oh,
December
sorry,
of what
so
year?
sorry. August 25th, 2022 to December 26th, 2022.
Okay, wow. Okay.
And then he did another one. I think it's in the text message that Marcy shared with you, is that he said they did the 3rd scan, but they didn't show it to him like all this report, but it says it looks fantastic. Like he bolded it. And that was, so he did the 3rd scan already. That was in January. He did a 3rd scan again. And I think, no, March or something. I'm so sorry. I don't remember the timeline. But anyways, he's doing the 3rd PET scan is in March or January. Is one of
In
the
March,
text messages.
the 3rd PET scan was done in March of 2023.
There you go.
And
Yes.
he said it was fantastic.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So we're going to do another one and he's doing fantastic. I mean, he's not,
How old's your father?
he's 71.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a miracle. And with my son, I know it's not part of this, but my son has been diagnosed with Asperger, ADHD and anxiety. And the biggest thing that he praised a lot is his eyesight. And it was, you know, carnosine helps with eyesight. So he's been wearing that and we noticed a significant, like he couldn't see 16 feet before. Now he can see it and it's improving. And I'm just laughing because there's so many things that I can go on with my mom too. She had an eye surgery. Ever since she started wearing these patches, she went and got her eye tested again. And the doctor said, you don't need to have a surgery because she was supposed to have a surgery if it doesn't improve. So there's so many miracles, right? Like we can go on and on. So,
you know, a family of total divine miracles. And, you know, I think and Leah, I know you're probably going to have to, I know you're going to want to say something about this, which is, when we offer the body the tools for it to do like it was intended to do, it's amazing the power of the body. I think we forget about, right? And our bodies are so powerful. We just got to give them the tools. We just got to offer it. Good nutrition, water, health and wellness. And girl, you know what? I've met you, we've chatted, we've talked, but I never heard all of this. And you are fabulous, right, Leah?
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. I'm so
It-
humble. So
Thank you.
humbled by this. Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing your story, because wow, that's a lot. That's a lot for someone that's only 39, and you say 39 years old. Oh, wow.
You're an amazing
Thank-
woman. You
Thank you. Thank you,
inspired
babies.
many tonight. So with that said, Leah, how and why?
What are we talking about? Oh, like amazing stuff. Well, you guys, it's a little patch. This is what it looks like. It's sticky on this side. It's smooth on the other side. And this is not a typical patch like you're probably used to hearing about. Maybe it's a nicotine patch or a pain patch that's actually has a chemical on there that transfers through your skin. This is completely different. So the white part that you see in the middle, that little piece of like gauze fabric, what's embedded in that little piece of fabric, it's a solution of organic amino acids, sugar crystals. It's a solution, a compound solution that forms a crystal lattice structure that gets embedded between these two pieces of polymer shells, completely sealed inside. So nothing's coming out of it. Well, why that's important is because that crystal lattice structure becomes reflective. So when we put this patch on our body, we all feel the heat coming off of our skin. That's actually a low-level infrared light that if we were to be outside looking through night vision goggles, it's really cool if you've never done it. But you see all the colors. That's actually a low-level infrared light. And it reflects a signal off of the patch back into your body. And it signals your body to start activating a copper peptide called GHKCU copper peptide. And there's a lot of research done on this particular peptide and the many amazing benefits that this peptide has in our body. And guess what happens? We lose that activity as we age. And one of the responsibilities of the copper peptide is to activate our stem cells. Our stem cells, you guys, we are born with millions of stem cells. And the reason stem cells are so important is because the stem cells will start traveling through the blood. They morph into any tissue, any cell, any organ that needs repairing. And we're born with millions of them. That's why kids have an abundant amount of energy all the time, or they break an arm and they heal rapidly. But as we age, because that GHK is declining, our stem cells are declining too. And by age 35, you guys, that's middle age. I hate to tell most of you, middle age, we've lost 35, we've lost 50% of our stem cells trying to heal and repair our body. And then when you get closer to 60, 65, there's only about 8 to 10% of your stem cells still traveling through your blood trying to repair your body. Now, depending on what kind of issues you have going in your body, you may not even have that many, right? If you've got a lot of health issues already. So what we do is we wear this patch for 12 hours. We put it on in the morning when we brush our teeth. We wear it for 12 hours. We drink water. That's the only thing you have to do. Now, keep in mind that because there's nothing on this patch that's going into the body, there are 0 side effects with any kind of medication or supplementation that you may be on. You know, our bodies are going to go through detoxing. Cindy talked a lot about her body detoxing. But wearing the patch for 12 hours, activating the stem cells, then at night when we go to bed, we take it off. And then all those new stem cells, all the new cells that are starting to reset, they go to work repairing and regenerating the body and healing the body. And then you get up the next morning and you put a new patch on. So we see with our clinical studies, we have over 90 clinical studies and a great website that you can grab that information from. It's startx39now.com. And you can research all you want on all of the clinical studies, as well as the patent information. You know, it's always important to point out, you guys, that LifeWave is going to be celebrating 20 years next year, right? It's been an amazing ride for the 2 years that Laura and I have been here. But in 2004, David Schmidt was approached by the U.S. Department of Defense and the Navy SEALs to help invent something that would help those guys stay awake on long missions, be able to keep their mental clarity up, keep their stamina up. And 30 to 60 hours, that's a long time to go without sleep and letting that body heal and repair. And they were just using what they could, caffeine, amphetamines, and it was really wreaking havoc on their systems in their body. So David Schmidt went to work, and his first patch that he invented, it was called the Energy Enhancer patch for the Navy SEALs. It made it over to the West Coast to the Stanford University swim team. All of the swimmers qualified for the Olympic trials. It got up into the Olympic level. Michael Phelps, I know a lot of you guys remember the Beijing Olympics when he swept all the medals and the doping scandal. Well, they tested our patches, and guess what? He won all those medals fair and square. So that was how LifeWave got started. And over the course of 18 years, David has developed different patches that you heard Sunday talk about that she put on herself and her dad. And it took David 10 years, you guys, for that perfect formula of that lattice structure to signal the body to activate this peptide with our body's own heat, our body's own light. It's pretty amazing technology, and again, drinking water, it's so important to stay hydrated while we're drinking, while we're patching. It's going to really help our cells need conductivity, and that water is going to help our cells to absorb and replicate and repair much, much better. And then, a little bit about the pricing on it. Compare when we talk about having your stem cells activated. I know you heard Cindy talk about the probably hundreds of thousands of dollars she's spent on therapies. You can buy this patch, the sleeve of patches, there's 30 in there, for $150 retail, $149.95 retail. But if you're like most of us, you want to save money and you want to look at one of the wholesale packs. Cindy talked about her silver pack she got started with. She knew what she wanted, and she went ahead and got a couple months of each of the patches that she wanted and saved money. So it drops the unit price down on this patch to $99. So Laura, preferred customer is also an option. You can get samples sent to you by setting up an auto ship. So there are many ways. So be sure and get back with the person that invited you. Make sure they give you a copy of all of our patches on our summary sheet, as well as our health tracker. Do a little tracking of some of the things that you'll see changes in that you may not realize that you needed some work on. So Laura, does that cover that?
You know what? That was so amazing. I don't even know what to say. That was an incredible explanation. I mean, really, Leah, incredible explanation on how this works. And, everybody that joined us, if you're a guest or maybe you're just getting started on your patches and you're interested to see how these things can go to work and change your quality of life. Sunday had a laundry list, and she is checking it off and continues to do so. What does that list look like for you? I don't know, but like Leah said, please get back with the person that invited you here and let them take care of you, customize for you, and get you started the right way. So